Are you wondering what are the top 10 reasons why you should have a hair transplant procedure? Stay tuned. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. A lot of good information. Hi, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing great today. So today's video is about the top 10 reasons why you should have a hair transplant procedure. We did record one with the top 10 reasons why you should not have a transplant. The link is up here for you to check it out. Now these are the top 10 reasons why you should consider it. Number 10, you don't like being bald. In today's technology, today's world, there's no reason for anyone to be bald if they don't want to. There are plenty of effective treatments for your hair loss. Treatments that will help to prevent your loss, slow down the progression, and also treatments to replace your hair the hair that you lost. So the sooner you address it, the better. But if you don't like baldness, we have a solution for you. Number 9, if your confidence is affected by the hair loss. I have plenty of patients who are in public view. They are presenters, they are anchor people on TV, they are actors and actresses, musicians. Even if they are not, even if they sit in the cubicle, but they hate when people walk by them and they see the bald spot on the back of their head, or if they catch people looking at their hairline recession, that can affect us in a lot of ways. And I know because I've been facing hair loss most of my life too. So if it bothers you, if you are not as confident as you used to be because of your hair loss, hair transplants can be a great solution if done correctly. Number 8, if you have scars you like to hide. So the scalp scars include scars from previous surgeries or trauma, scars from brain tumors, hair loss from radiation therapy post-cancer. Those can be all hidden. Scars from facelifts, eyebrow lifts, all these things can be covered with hair, both men and women. For guys, we have great options also for facial scars. So if you have scars from, say, a trauma or a procedure, or if you have scars or areas that you were born with very low facial hair and you wanted to hide it, then we can do transplants to do that. There's a video about beard transplants where I discuss those. The link is up here for you as well. So there's no reason to live with scars that you could conceal with a hair transplant procedure if you don't want to. If you would like to look your age or a little younger, we know all the time that hair loss makes us look older. So sometimes I see a patient that's in their 30s, they look like they're in their 50s because of the hair loss. So it's a small little thing, but it can, goes hand in hand with the confidence thing. So restoring your hair correctly can also give you a youthful look, a better look, makes you feel better about yourself. Number 6, if you wouldn't mind looking a little thin in certain areas. So if you don't mind coming from having sort of bald areas into thinning areas, you're a great candidate for a hair transplant procedure. If, however, you want everything to be as full as it was before you lost it, then you may be in for a surprise because sometimes hair transplants cannot achieve that. But again, this is all very personal. It depends on your degree of hair loss, the extension of your hair loss, and so the amount of hair you have to do the surgery with. So those things can only be addressed correctly if you do a consultation with someone that specializes it. We offer free consultations. All you have to do is go to our website or call us. I'm going to put the information later down the video so you can do that, and I'll be happy to see you from wherever you are virtually on the internet or here in Port Orange in the office, and we can discuss your situation in particular. Number 5, if you understand that you'll likely need more transplants. Usually transplants are not a one and done because hair loss is progressive, right? Even if you're being treated, which you should be, and having medications taken to prevent your loss, chances are it's going to advance a little bit with age. So you have to be prepared for more procedures if you thin out in other areas. That's just the reality of it. Number 4, if you understand that the hair loss is progressive. Again, I just talked about that. What you see on your hair today is probably not going to be what it looks like in about 10 years, unless you treat it medically and you stop the loss. So part of my counseling with patients is medication to stop the loss. But if you understand that there's a progressive nature to hair loss and you're prepared for that, and you are engaged in the treatment, you can be a great candidate for a hair transplant procedure. Number 3, if you're willing to use medications to control your hair loss. Those are the best case scenarios. Patients that treat their hair loss consistently and faithfully with medications, they follow the recommendations that we have. I'm the same way. I've been doing treatments for my hair loss for over 20 years. I've had transplants as well, but if it wasn't for the medications that I take every day, that I recommend to you also, I wouldn't have nearly as much hair on my head. So that's a very important part of the process, and you have to understand that. If you are confident with that, if you follow the plan, and if you trust us, our advice, you're going to be much better off. Number two, if you met a competent and experienced hair transplant surgeon or team. So that's very important, because you may be all excited about a hair transplant, and you're doing your research, and you decide on a team that you feel comfortable, you check the doctor's credentials, and you feel comfortable with that too. You've seen results, you maybe talk to one of his or her patients. So do your homework. Don't sign the dotted line for the first consultation you see. Again, I do second opinions on patients all the time, and I'll be happy to do it for you as well. So do your homework, check things out, but if you feel comfortable with a doctor, if you check their credentials in hair transplant surgery, there's a video actually that's pretty interesting about the importance of board certification in hair transplant surgery. The link is right here for you, so you can check it out. I talk about what you should look for when you look for a doctor for your transplant. And number one reason to have a transplant is because there's never been a better time to have a hair transplant. Technologies and techniques today are amazing. We can deliver very, very nice results. We can use your donor hair very, very appropriately, so that you have leftovers for the future should you want or need more surgeries. I perform both the FUT and the FUE procedures, so I will tell you what's the best for you based on my experience and my knowledge of the scientific data. So the technology that we have nowadays, the understanding of hair loss, it's much, much better than it's ever been. Hair transplant procedure has been around since the 1920s or earlier, and so it has evolved quite a bit. I've been fortunate enough that I've been doing this for over 20 years. I was able to actually catch some of these evolutions that were just mind-boggling and changed forever the way that we do surgery. Nowadays, if you have it done correctly by someone with experience, your results should be very natural and very good, and you should be very happy. In conclusions, if you meet all these criteria, if you think that the hair loss is bothering you enough, that you understand that it might not be just one surgery that you will need over your lifetime, if you understand that might be a need for you to take medications to prevent you from losing hair, controlling your hair loss, talk to us. Talk to a specialist in hair loss and see what your options might be. It's always a good idea to have somebody with experience, because we will talk to you not only about today, but also for the future. Obviously, nobody has a crystal ball, but we can definitely coach you so you can have the best results that will last your lifetime. So I hope this was helpful. It was a quick, short video. Lots of good information there. If you like the video, click on the like button. If you want to subscribe to the channel, we would appreciate that. Put your comments down below, recommendations for other videos or suggestions. We're always looking for those to produce more content for you. The goal here is to educate you on the process so you can get the best decision for yourself. Okay? I'll see you next time. Take care.